Welcome back to my channel, BMW Driven. Today we're going to be discussing the 1-year maintenance costs on my 2014 435i. We're going to go through the good, the bad, and some of the unexpected maintenance that came my way when custom tuning this car. So let's not waste any more time. Please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, let's get into the 1-year maintenance costs on my 2014 435i. I bought this car with 48,000 miles on it, and the first thing I like to do when purchasing a used car is get the oil changed. So I went ahead and did that. That was $100. Second thing I like to do prior to tuning the vehicle is spark plugs and coil packs. When the mechanic was in there, they found a small leak in one of my radiator vent lines, so they went ahead and replaced all 3 of those items for a total of $520. The big perk of this car when I purchased it is that it came with an extended warranty. So there's only 60 days left on the warranty, but I knew that would be enough time for me to take my car down to my service advisor at BMW Vista. Shout out to Brian. They went ahead and took a look at the car. They found 5 things wrong with it. First thing they found was oil filter housing gasket was leaking. The second thing was oil pan gasket was leaking, which is a high ticket item, so I'm really glad that they found that. The third thing was the driver's side door actuators go out on these cars, and mine wasn't faulty, but they went ahead and replaced that. I guess homie hookup, that's cool with me. The fourth thing they found was turbo coolant lines were leaking. So they went ahead and changed out those lines. They bled the system and did a complete coolant flush. The last thing they replaced on my vehicle was the intake Valvetronic solenoid. I'm really glad they found that. Those solenoids can be quite expensive. And all in all, I saved $2,000 by taking my car in and getting all of this maintenance done for free. Yes! So I had all this warranty work done at the 51,000 mile mark. So if you're looking to get into an F30 or F32, hopefully this video will help you decide whether or not you want to move forward. And keep in mind the costs of these 5 items I just listed. It's going to be roughly over $2,000 depending on where you take your car. So now the car currently has 52,000 miles, and I want to get a tune on this car, so I'm going to do a little bit more preventative maintenance. I went ahead and changed the oil for a second time. That cost me $100. I flushed the transmission fluid. That was $150. I changed out the cabin air filter. That was $15. And then my battery unfortunately went out, so that cost me $340 with installation and coating. So now the car is prepped and ready for a custom tune. We currently have 53,000 miles on the car. We contacted Kerry Jordan after we went full bolt on for a custom E30 tune. He had me change out my spark plugs once again. We went with NGK one-step colders. I'll link the model number in the description below. And in the middle of the data logging portion of this custom tune, my clutch started slipping. So obviously this is the largest ticket item on my maintenance list for the year. It cost me $2,500 for a spec stage 2 clutch, an OEM flywheel, labor installed $2,500. So that brings my grand total for year 1 maintenance costs of my 435i to $3,855. Now keep in mind, we were not expecting to change out my clutch, and a lot of the other maintenance was preventative maintenance in preparation for my custom tune. So if I didn't have to change out my clutch and my spark plugs for a second time, my grand total would have been $1,225. That figure will be more in line with you guys watching this, and a lot of you don't have manual transmissions, so you don't even have to worry about replacing your clutch. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is keeping track of all of your maintenance. I do this for 2 reasons. The first reason is personal reference. I can always revert back to my Microsoft Excel spreadsheet that lists the date of the service, what service was done, how many miles were on the car when it was done, and at what shop it was done at. I can always revert back to that and see when the last time I got an oil change was, last time I flushed the transmission. Everything that was done to the car is right there in front of me. The second reason why I like to keep track of all my maintenance is when I go to sell this car, I can print out my maintenance history, hand it to the potential buyer. They can look over everything and decide whether or not they want to move forward with the purchase. 9 times out of 10, they move forward with the purchase because they trust me. They saw that I took care of the car, and it gives them peace of mind. And that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. That means a lot to me. Please like this video if you thought that it was informative, and if anything seemed unclear or if you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. We're gonna be jumping into a lot more videos, and the next video coming up, we're gonna go over my custom tune numbers. So I'm actually gonna hit the dyno this week We're gonna do 3 pulls and see what she makes. So hopefully we break the 400 wheel horsepower mark, and stay tuned for that. So thanks a lot, guys.